Thank you for purchasing a shop crane by Gorbel. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk you through a basic installation of your shop crane. Before you begin assembly of your shop crane, take inventory of all the hardware included with your system, ensuring you have all the pieces and the appropriate quantity. Check packing list and refer to installation manual for part descriptions. Begin by measuring the space where your shop crane will be installed. Mark on the floor where you would like your first column to be placed. Using that as a reference, measure and mark on the floor where the remaining columns will go, using your general arrangement drawing as your guide. These initial measurements are critical to ensuring that your runways are parallel so that your bridge will run smoothly. Begin laying out the columns. Set the base plate of the column roughly where you intend for it to be bolted to the floor. With 2 people, stand up the columns and mark the anchor bolt holes prior to drilling. The top plate of each column is notched to fit the support truss of the runways. Be sure that the notches are facing inward toward the opposing column. Using a 3/4 inch drill bit, drill the holes for the anchor bolts. Using a vacuum while drilling will reduce the amount of dust created. Install anchor bolts to secure the column, but do not fully tighten the bolts yet. Check to see if your first column is plumb. Use steel shims or grout beneath the base plate to achieve the appropriate level. With your first installed column as your guide, consult your enclosed general arrangement drawing to confirm the measurements between columns, including the diagonal distances, prior to drilling for each column. Make adjustments for any shifting that may have occurred while drilling and securing the previous column. Repeat these steps for the remaining 3 columns, measuring and leveling for each. With each column installed and anchor bolts secure but not yet tight, it's time to install the system's runways. With 2 people and 2 ladders, carefully walk the runway to the top of the column. With 4 1.5 inch long bolts, lock washers, and hex nuts, firmly tighten the runway to each column. Repeat this step for the parallel runway. Level each runway, shimming beneath the runway connection points if necessary. Next, slide the bridge end trucks into the runway and install the end stops. For applications with a tight fit to nearby walls, such as this one, the end trucks can be installed prior to the runway attachment. If this is the case, be sure to temporarily tie down the end trucks so they do not slide during runway installation. Before installing the bridge onto the runways, slide your selected hoist trolley and festoon gliders onto the bridge. Install 3.5 inch hex bolts, lock washers, and hex nuts at both ends of the bridge. These bolts serve as end stops to keep the trolley from sliding out of the bridge. Temporarily tie down the hoist trolley so that it does not slide during bridge installation. With 2 people, walk the bridge up to the top of the runway and place each end of the bridge into the U-bracket of the end trucks. Center the bridge between the end trucks. At one end, attach the bridge to the end truck using the clamp plate and spacer plate. This end of the bridge should slide freely within the U-bracket to allow for easy bridge movement. The opposite end of the bridge should be fastened to the end truck using the clamp plate and should not move. Move the bridge along the system to ensure easy movement. If binding or drifting occurs, check that the bridge and runways are level and that the runways are parallel. If not, shim or make adjustments where necessary. When adjustments are complete, securely tighten the anchor bolts to the floor. Attach your selected lifting device onto the bridge. If you are using an electric hoist, attach your electrical cable and evenly distribute between the festoon gliders. For systems with the optional tagline kit, loop the cable through the turnbuckle with the thimble, apply cable clamp, and tighten the U-bolt. Loop the opposite end of the cable through a thimble and tighten. Remove the innermost bolt at the column runway connection and replace with the provided 3-inch long hex bolt. Attach the tagline to these longer bolts. Adjust tension on the line by turning the turnbuckle, but do not over-tighten. Using S-hooks, evenly space out the cable along the tagline. If at any point you have questions during your installation, call our customer support line at 1-855-99-CRANE or visit us online at shopcrane.com.